23rd. Yep. Monday, the 23rd of February, 8 o'clock at night in Switzerland, where I am. For those who don't know me, my name is Gary Gedall. I'm a psychologist, psychotherapist, family therapist, and I'm here tonight to continue to have this discussion of who is Meghan Markle. So tonight we're going to have a look at the second part of who is Trevor Engelson. Now, those of you who don't know who is Trevor Engelson was Meghan Markle's first husband, a television and film producer, and a lot of these things going ding, ding, ding. That's the YouTube telling me. The fact is that I'm live. I need to know that, because if I didn't know I was live, then maybe I think I'm dead, and then it'd be a bit of a waste of time. So Trevor was Meghan's first husband. They were married for about a year. They got married just after she got started in Suits, and then as soon as she sort of got comfortable in Suits, it suddenly didn't suit her anymore to be married to Trevor. And so I thought it was interesting to have quite a close look at him and see who he is and see why she would be attracted to him other than the fact. That's a question. I just thought of a question. Not only why she'd be attracted to him, which I can understand, not only being a producer of television and film, but also being very solid, very kind, very generous. That's the way I see him. The question is, why was he so attracted to her? I suppose because he was somewhat a bit shy, a bit reserved. She was the shiny object that was very attractive as a person, very active, and maybe he just saw that what he was lacking in himself was someone a bit more motivated, a bit more. I mean, he was motivated, he was successful, and has been successful, and he's still successful from what I understand in what he does. But maybe someone like Meghan was interesting for him. So anyway, so here we are. So we're going to have a look at the second part of who is Trevor, and let's just sort this thing out. It's all very complicated, all technical, this. And let's see what happens. Yes.
Who is Meghan Markle? Hi, this is Gary, psychologist, psychotherapist, family therapist, looking at who is Meghan Markle. Tonight we'll be looking at the second part of the question of who are Meghan's men, and that will be the final part of the history and psychological profile of Trevor, her first husband. And as promised last week, I'll also include my take on an idea that Trevor had for a sitcom based on the idea of your ex marrying a member of the royal family. So watch out for the new sitcom intro, Royal X. It's really fun, so keep watching. Okay, back to Trevor. So, to recap, before moving into talent management in 2001 and founding his own production company, he'd been hanging around working in the industry for at least 3 years. That's 3 years before he actually moved on to other things. He did do his training in the business, he got to know the business, and he stayed in the business, even though he went very quickly since then, as clearly he is quite intelligent. So he moved into talent management, and then he founded his own production company, Underground. So he was already working in films and television when in 2004 he met Meghan. Was it by accident? Did she know who he was? Well, we'll see. As I've said, they got engaged in 2010 and they got married in 2011, September 2011, during what they called a multi-day celebration. Quite quickly after that, she started to get quite famous and successful playing in Suits. And then, supposedly, the marriage sort of fell apart. Due to the strain of having a long-distance relationship, so I hear, the internet keeps coming up with that as the reason for the demise of the couple and the marriage. But as I said, it's not the reason, not in my view. However, according to Google, in 2013 newspaper and tabloid reports primarily cited irreconcilable differences as the official reason for the quiet separation of Meghan Markle and Trevor Engelson, while the legal filing used the standard term. Contemporary and subsequent investigative reports detailed specific contributing factors. Geographical distance. The most prominent reason cited was the strain of a long-distance marriage. Shortly after their 2011 wedding, Meghan moved to Toronto to film the series Suits, while Trevor remained in Los Angeles for his work as a producer. 2. Career shifts and power dynamics. Reports indicated that Meghan's rising fame from Suits shifted the balance of power in the relationship. Some insiders allege she changed fast as her career took off, leading to a growing divide between her and Trevor's family. 3. Abrupt separation. Sources close to the couple at the time characterized the split as totally out of the blue for Trevor. Later accounts, such as those in Andrew Moulton's biography, Meghan, a Hollywood Princess, claim she ended the marriage suddenly, allegedly returning their engagement on wedding rings by mail. So maybe you get the idea of why I think that the marriage just didn't peter out. I think it was much more on her side. Anyway, we continue. Now, to his personality and reputation. Again, I will start with an assessment from ChatGPT. While not extensively documented in public records, several observations and inferences can be made about Trevor's character. He is likely to be introverted or balanced, like her father. He maintains a low public profile despite working in a highly social industry, suggesting he values privacy while still being capable of engaging socially when necessary. And I would suggest that Harry has some of that. And also, I personally believe it's similar to Thomas. He's generally quite quiet. He has avoided sensational media appearances and refrained from public drama. I think that he could, or even should have created some public drama after the divorce. Now, after the remarriage of Meghan, he had already remarried, but he certainly would have had things to say. And the media would certainly be interested in hearing what he had to say about that. But no, he stayed reserved, he's polite, he's just a gentleman. I understand now that maybe he's written a book, but I haven't got that far yet. But I really think he's somebody of very, very high moral character. That's my opinion. Someone reserved. Reports of industry peers describing as dignified and composed, he preferred to focus on his work. He is thoughtful and has had creative projects such as his royal-themed sitcom. We're going to come to this. After she got involved with Harry, he thought of the idea of having a sitcom based on your ex marrying a member of the royal family. Maybe it's a way of getting back at her a bit. But overall, Trevor Engelson appears to be a measured private individual. And now, for your pleasure and delectation, which means both pleasure and delight for those not showing off, I offer you my own interpretation of the opening credits for this show. I give you Royal X.
about rent and the weather, but I thought our love would last forever. I lost your love, you found a crown. I lost my job, you own the town. No palace keys, no royal flags, just me, my flight, and my royal legs. I lost your soul like you own the crown. The Reagan music's so abhorred with now. But I lost your love, you found a crown. I lost my job, you own the town. No palace keys, no royal flags, just me, my flight, and my royal legs. I'm never get so grateful with my heart, 'cause you on me live today. I used to worry about rent and the weather, but I thought our love would last forever. I lost your love, you found a crown. I lost my job, you own the town. No palace keys, no royal flags, just me, my flight, and my royal legs. I lost your soul like you own the crown. The Reagan music's so abhorred with now. But I lost your love, you found a crown. I lost my job, you own the town. No palace keys, no royal flags, just me, my flight, and my royal legs. I'm never get so grateful with my heart, 'cause you on me live today.
So, to return to real life and to Trevor. Trevor is someone who values discretion and professional focus. He is perceived as resilient and adaptable. These are the traits that have allowed him to maintain a successful career and a personal life despite intense public interest. Gentleman, I believe somebody who is quite an introvert. However, introverts and extroverts do tend to balance each other. It is possible that he benefited from Meghan to have him be a bit more outgoing, a bit more social, talking to more people, and have a much more active social life. Maybe it did help him professionally. I'm not saying that that is not possible, but what I really feel that he was someone that she certainly benefited from, and who she could manipulate. And I'm sure that she pushed him to have a better career for herself. Well, so that's it for this week. I find the similarities between these men very interesting. However, as I've mentioned elsewhere, finding a partner that is similar to a parent and a relationship that's similar to that of one's parents is one of the 3 usual reasons to get into a relationship with someone. Next week, we'll start to look at Prince Harry. And here, I'll suggest that their relationship more follows another reason to be attracted: similar emotional childhood experiences. Now that is definitely going to be very interesting. So to be sure not to miss it, subscribe, ring the bell, and make a date to tune in next Monday. Of course, you can also like, share, and leave a comment. So, see you next week. All the best, Gary.